Not sure what's going on up here. Puppies are coming in. Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dreadlocks. I'm Gunther the Great, and today we're going to be talking about KSI's Freeform Dreadlocks that he dyed recently. Now, if you guys don't know KSI stands for Knowledge, Strength, and Integrity. Now, what we know is KSI, his real name is, if I'm saying this correctly, Olahide William Olatunji or Olajide. I'm not sure if you pronounce the J or not. But anyway, you guys all know him. He's a YouTuber turned rapper turned professional boxer. So he's just like an overall entertainer, which it's really cool to see how much he has developed, because he's literally what his name is: knowledge, strength, and integrity. And that's really important for all you guys out there. If you want to be something, like, speak these things over yourself. Now, KSI was born in London and he has a British background, but along from him being from London, he is primarily Nigerian. Now, we see mostly in the Nigerian culture, we'll see braids and we'll see dreads. And with his hair, we actually see that he went with the Freeform Dreadlocks, which is perfect for his hair type, which his hair type is a 4C. Now, if you have a 4C hair type, Freeform is definitely a good option for you because it turns out looking like actual dreadlocks. They do look freeform, they look a little more or less maintained, and that's the whole point of Freeform. But if you have a 4C hair type, they'll tend to look more formed than if you had a looser curl pattern with dreadlocks, especially getting Freeform, just because getting Freeform dreadlocks with the 4C hair type, it locks a lot quicker and a lot tighter than if your hair was a loose curl pattern. Now, if you all remember, we started to see KSI's dreadlocks begin to form around December of 2017. So it's been almost 2 years, which it seems like his hair has been logging for quite some time, maybe even longer than 2 years, but it's literally only been 2 years. And it'll actually be 2 years in December, so it hasn't even been 2 years yet. But it's cool to see how much growth he has and how tight they are. I would probably say that he's overall been growing his hair for probably 3 years, maybe a little under 3 years, but he's had a lot of hair growth, and that's why I think he has some really good hang time for his dreads only being 2 years old. Now, we do see that his hair is bleached, and I'm pretty sure he's bleached it more than once, because the first time we saw that his hair was dyed, it wasn't as rich in color. It was kind of coppery or, you know, kind of orangey. And then now we see that it's very bright, and I don't believe he just got it that bright just from washing his hair or using some sort of shampoo, because you can use shampoo. I'll link a shampoo down below that helps with bleached hair and makes it tone down. It's a purple shampoo and it works great. But with him, I'm almost positive that he bleached it multiple times, at least 2 times. And I believe he'll keep on bleaching it over time. It would be really cool to see him change his hair color. We've seen this with multiple people. We see it with Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Pump, Dax. There's so many people that have bleached their hair and dyed it different colors, and I think it just looks really cool that way. But comment down below what color you'd want to see KSI's dreads. Now, if you know anything about KSI, he is very active, considering that he is a professional boxer, so that takes a bunch of training, and I would say this is probably one of the most active sports as far as the training aspect of everything. Everything is super hands-on, super sweaty because you're indoors, and obviously outdoors for running and stuff like that. But with understanding that he's very active, there's most likely going to be a lot of sweat, and that could result in buildup. But to avoid buildup, obviously just wash your hair on a consistent basis and get a routine of doing an apple cider vinegar rinse if you were to be very active. An apple cider vinegar rinse does very well on rejuvenating your scalp and making your scalp feel fresh and breathable, and I would definitely recommend it for every single one of you. I would definitely write it in your schedule for a once a month, maybe once every 2 months thing. Now, as far as regularly washing your hair, choose a shampoo that works best for you. I'll link one down below. Dr. Bronner's works great for dreadlocks because it is 0 residue, and if you use it correctly, it won't result in buildup as long as you dilute it with water. I'm telling you guys, dilute that shampoo. If not, you're going to result in a bunch of buildup. But yeah, find a shampoo that works best for you and do a regular wash. I would say once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, depending on what stage you're in. I would say if you're in the earlier stages, you can wash your hair once a week, but if you're down the line, I would definitely recommend you to wash your hair probably twice a week. And after every wash, make sure that you completely dry your hair all the way as quick as possible, because we all know once your hair is super mature and water gets stuck inside of your dreadlock, that can result in mold, and nobody wants that. So prevent that as much as possible. Figure out the best way to dry your hair completely. I know for me, I live in Phoenix, Arizona, so it's super hot here in the summer. So when I had my dreadlocks, I would typically just go outside and my hair would dry quicker, or you can just use a blow dryer, whatever works best for you. But you guys, that is KSI's dreadlocks. Thank you for recommending this, because his dreadlocks have changed a lot since the last video I did on him. This is a great update to see what he's doing with his hair, and I am really excited to see what he's going to be doing next. I really hope he does add some color, because I think that'd be really cool. But comment down below, like I said, what color you think he should do. And also, if you have color in your dreadlocks, make sure to comment that down below and let us know about your experience so other people know how to dye and treat their hair. Now, considering KSI's dreadlocks, the product of the day will be a dread sponge. You can get your dreadlocks like KSI's if you use a dread sponge. What I would recommend is use the dread sponge for about a month, maybe 2 months. Let the dreadlocks form to their best ability and allow them to freely form afterward, and your hair will end up just like KSI's, especially if you have a 4C hair type. I wouldn't recommend using a dread sponge if your hair type is below a 3B. But if you don't know your hair type, make sure to click the link down below. It says, what is my hair type? And if you know your hair type already, comment down your hair type. Also, if you want to find any other products or hair tutorials, you can go to greatlocks.com. It's literally all your hair needs, especially for dreadlocks. It's geared toward everyone who has dreadlocks or starts them. I'd also love to hear what your favorite products are, so leave a comment of all those down below. Now, before this video is over, I want to answer the question of the day, and that is from kick_the.flip on Instagram, and he says, how do I wash my twist and rip dreads? And this is a really good question, because depending on the stage you're in, if you just recently started your twist and rip dreads, I would definitely recommend you can go ahead and start washing your hair. I would say once every 2 weeks, maybe once a week, but it really depends on the maturity. Say if you use crochet hooking immediately after doing the twist and rip, you can definitely wash your hair. And then after you wash it and it completely dries, do some more crochet hooking. But definitely keep your hair washed when your hair is a little more loose, because if stuff gets caught into your dreads while they're still loose and then they tighten up over time, that stuff's always going to be in your dreadlocks. It's not going to be able to come out because your hair eventually tightened up around that buildup or whatever is in your dreadlock. So I definitely recommend you to wash your hair as soon as possible. If it's mature, go ahead and wash it. If it's still immature, you can still wash it too, but make sure to go back in with crochet hooking, because your hair is going to loosen up after the shower, especially if you have a straighter curl pattern. If any of you guys don't know what twist and rip is, I'll leave a link to a video down below. It's actually a really good way to start dreadlocks. But you guys, that's today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to comment down below who you guys want to see next. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.